I see my daughter's first steps over racing. I choose racing.
We're taking the best gamers in South Africa and we're turning one into a race driver.
One gamer will get a professional racing contract. That's what they're actually fighting for.
It's high speeds, mistakes happen, whether it's your fault, the car's fault, or someone else's fault.
Losing is hard. I think that's why I choose to win more.
I would do absolutely anything to be able to become an actual racing driver.
I can win this. I mean, that's what this whole project's all about, right?
Well done. That was fantastic.
The GT Academy Race Camp trains the fastest virtual gamers on the planet and turns them into racing drivers. The best competitors from South Africa have been put through their paces for a week of intensive driver training. Just one will win a professional racing contract and compete at international race meets all over the world.
To win this competition, you need to be prepared.
The guy that's going to win, he's got to have to bring something very special.
Getting an opportunity like this is nuts. That's the best way to describe it. It's unreal.
Across the course of the week, they have been tested both physically and mentally.
Is he going to win GT Academy? No, I don't think he is.
The weakest competitors have been eliminated. Now, only the fastest 3 gamers remain.
Honestly, I think the differences between us are very slim. I think it really depends on the day, you know, who's focused 100% and doesn't make a mistake.
When it counts, I can definitely apply more. I'm not scared to trade a little bit of paint with some guys if I need to.
Once it's down to so few, you've got to continually be the best now. So now I've really had to step it up. With the 3 of us there, it's close.
It's the last day at the academy, and the guys are warming up for their final fitness session. Last night, the judges made the decision to test them against 3 fellow gamers from the Middle East.
You're all safely through to the final day of the academy. And the final day will be a race where you 3 will take on 3 identical cars driven by another nation, head-to-head, out on the track here at Silverstone.
They wanted to see if their competitors could handle the pressure of going up against other international drivers.
السائقين الموجودين معي من افضل السائقين الموجودين بالشرق الاوسط، بس هالشيء ما راح يوقفني وراح يخليني اعطي زياده من نفسي.
والله بيكون شرف ان انا اكون امثل الشرق الاوسط والوطن العربي في سباقات يعني الناس ما تقول الرود ريسنج، واكون فايز بطوله نفس جي تي اكاديمي.
أنا شاركت جي تي أكاديمي لسبب واحد، عشان أكون بروفيشنال ريسنج درايفر، سائق سباقات محترف فقط.
Me and Rob have spoken to you guys about being aggressive in race situations. Tomorrow's going to get a case to show it, and I want to see that South African spirit push to the front, and one of you guys can be on the podium.
In just a few hours, they will face their final challenge, a 6-car race on Silverstone's international circuit under FIA race conditions. After this, the winner of the academy will be decided. But first up, performance director Simon has something a little bit different in store for them.
Welcome to Silverstone Rally Experience. I did mention to you earlier on cars are being refueled, but unfortunately there are no cars. I told you a little lie. This morning, you're actually going to be running the rally stage. South Africa, you'll be one team. Middle East, you'll be another team. The clock will start the second you cross the line, and it will finish the second your last man crosses the line. It's essential you help each other out because this morning it's all about teamwork.
An ability to perform in a team will be an essential skill for the winner of the academy. They will work with a pit crew of around 30 people, combining mechanics, engineers, driver coaches, analysts, and of course, the team principal. So this activity is just the tip of the iceberg.
3, 2, 1, go!
Come on guys, no walking. Push through this.
So far, the Academy Week has seen all of the final 3 gamers excel in different disciplines. On day 1, Jonathan was the one to watch, showing a natural talent from the moment he stepped into the sports cars.
Yep, that's the quickest so far. Yeah.
If I'm honest, I've got little to no experience in a real car. My strength lies purely in gaming.
He could be really one to watch.
The second day saw him build on his good start.
He's the only man who's driven the outlap with any sort of conviction.
Yeah.
Hit. Hey, well done. That was fantastic. Best by miles. Best by miles.
That was a combination of good driving and bad shooting.
But as the day drew out, it was Louis who made his mark.
66 and a half. Louis got 2 seconds quicker.
Showing an incredible ability to learn from instruction.
Yeah, you feel that you're carrying so much more speed, leaning on the car more now.
Looking at the data, it's almost as if it's from 2 different drivers.
Yeah, it's completely different. Like I'm in control of the car now and not following what the car is doing.
Really, he's sort of been an underdog, and coming into today, I really put him in the bottom 2 or 3, and for him to put in a lap time like that, and as big a jump as he did, he's obviously definitely a coachable driver.
At this point, competition was still wide open.
Well done, boys. Keep pushing. Doing really well.
Take it easy.
Really impressed with the South African boys. Really working well.
Keep them turning. Go.
Middle Eastern guys really struggling. I think Asil's the one who's really struggling, which, to be honest, is no surprise. He's definitely the unfittest by quite a way.
Ashley was under the radar for most of the week.
Take it easy, Louis. Conserve your energy, man. Long way to go.
It wasn't until day 3 that he started to make himself known.
We're going to be looking at your reaction speed and your throttle control. Races or won or lost off the line.
As the group has got smaller, he seems to be growing in confidence, and his performances are getting better.
And I think you're also seeing a little bit more drive from him. I think he's getting more serious, he's getting more focused.
By day 4, it seemed to be anyone's game. But again, it was Ashley who impressed in the final challenge.
Started close, you were aggressive, you almost had to go into the first corner. That's what we wanted to see.
Hey, well done. Well done, guys.
There's one up.
To get to this point, the guys have had to master the technical aspects of racing, including weight transfer, correct choice of lines, and mental focus under pressure. Now, before they make the leap from gamer to racing driver, they will test drive a championship-winning GT4 race car. The Middle Eastern gamers are up first, with Rob in the passenger seat.
You're pressing the brake and the accelerator at the same time.
It's a big step up for the guys, but Ashley's mind is far from the task in hand.
Oh man, those Middle East guys terrify me, dude. They're just completely like oblivious to what's going on around them. They just go bang. I haven't seen any of them race, just seen them on track, and it looks it looks hairy.
Asil is the next driver to go.
It's very easy to press the brake and the accelerator at the same time, Asil. If you do that, we will crash.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to brake.
I don't think they're afraid to brake late and send one up the inside or come from a mile back.
Ashley's suspicions are confirmed on Asil's warm-up lap.
Okay, we've had a big one, we're in the wall. You okay?
I'm okay.
It looks like he's gone into the wall and it was on his outlap. That is not a good sign. Where's the front of the car?
Can we get down there? He got to that side, so he must have got in about here. That's a big crash.
Yeah, straight
off there.
I'm not sure if the pressure was starting to get to him now, because as we're approaching the race and pushing the car to the limit and exceeding that boundary, crashing is not ideal. You need to stay within your limits but still be fast, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
That's a decent sized shunt right there. And you see, he missed the gravel.
Yeah.
And that's when you get on the grass, it just speeds up. Look at that car.
أخذت أول كورنر دعست بنزين السيارة سريعة الجير الثالث الجير الرابع بحاول أقص فرامل ما بحس بأي نوع من الفرامل.
A decision must now be made to decide if Asil can race in the final.
From my point of view, he has been dangerous.
The moment he took fifth, something changed and he kind of zoned out.
Is the randomness and or inconsistency in his driving going to affect somebody else's chances?
اجتمعنا مع كل الانستراكتورز، اجتمعنا مع كل الدرايفر كوتش، دققنا بكل شيء وشفنا الاون بوردز ودرسنا الوضع بالوقت الحاضر. لسوء الحظ بدك تتركنا هلا أصيل.
We all came to the conclusion that it was in the best interests of safety and everything that Asil should not race later on and should leave the competition. But yeah, don't worry about anything. You guys keep focused on what you're doing for the rest of the day, as if nothing's happened.
The fastest gamers from South Africa are at the GT Academy race camp in Silverstone, competing for the chance to become a real-life racing driver. At the end of the day, one of them will sign a professional racing contract with the Nissan Motorsports team.
Every day has been a surprise or a new challenge to us. It's been full of excitement so far.
Constantly getting coached by all the instructors, and I can't tell you how helpful their instructions are.
The rate of learning that you have to continue throughout the program is intense, yeah.
Couple that with jumping in and out of 370Zs, GTRs, race cars and all that sort of things, it really feels like everything's coming together. So.
They've been competing for the past week in physical and mental challenges that have got progressively more difficult.
It's really a dream come true for any of these guys just to have made it here. Never mind for the guy that's going to win it.
The opportunity to enter professional motorsport as one of the Nismo athletes is just amazing.
Today, the remaining 3 gamers have been pit against another academy for their final challenge. Their first ever competitive race on Silverstone. The stakes are high, and a rival competitor has already been eliminated for dangerous driving.
Fifth gear and didn't brake.
This will be their toughest test yet. The gamers are in the wing pits.
Oh, this is a pretty special moment. Not many people can say, you know, I raced at Silverstone once, so...
Someone had told me a year ago I'd be standing in Silverstone pits waiting to do my first race on Silverstone, and I'd probably laugh in their face. But well, it's a dream come true. Anyone would love to be here to do an actual race, so I'm very fortunate that I'm here.
The conditions today are very miserable and cold. The track surface looks pretty wet, so it's going to be very tricky.
It will take place on Silverstone's international circuit in race-prepared Nissan 370Z sports cars. As with any professional race, they must first qualify to determine their starting positions on the grid. The drivers must adhere to a strict code of conduct and follow FIA race conditions.
Well, both of you need to go to the clerk of the course for your respective problems in qualifying. Go ahead.
Both Jonathan and Abdullah were given a warning by the clerk of the course post-qualifying.
At the start, right?
I think he's getting a bit of a talking to. If he causes a red flag in the race, they're going to exclude him.
So it could be a short afternoon for him.
Jonathan qualified in a below-par 4th position.
Because you missed out on that time, you have qualified on the 3rd row. So you've got a lot of work to do. Obviously, 8 laps is a long time, so just push as hard as you can. Thomas has said to a couple of you guys this week, don't get back on the plane to South Africa with regrets that you didn't give us everything in every single discipline.
Okay.
Louis will start from 3rd and Ashley will be on pole.
Just think of your lines and think of also those first 2, 3, 4 corners, getting it right, not looking in your mirrors, pull a little bit of that gap, and then just focus on your marks, focus on your driving.
With the time for advice over, Ashley, Louis and Jonathan of South Africa face Abdullah and Salman from the Middle East in their first ever international track race. Once the checkered flag has been waved, the judges will decide the GT Academy champion and the winner of the professional racing contract. Ashley starts on pole at the front of the grid in car 6, alongside Abdullah in car 2. Salman occupies 3rd in car 7, Louis starts from 4th in car 1, and Jonathan starts at the back in car 5. Abdullah instantly loses his advantage off the start line. Louis moves into 2nd and is neck and neck with Ashley into the 1st corner.
This turn 1's going to be...
Ashley gets a better corner entry and holds on to 1st place, whilst Louis and Salman battle for 2nd. Salman gets a great exit from turn 5 and moves for 2nd up the hanger straight. The overtake is expertly executed, and he moves up a position, putting the pressure on Ashley.
Calm yourself. Relax.
Can you win this?
I think I can. I think I'm starting to really hit the top of my game now, and probably be the fastest guy. I think I'm feeling it at the moment, but I need to win that final race.
Coming into lap 2, and the middle order has completely changed.
Salman.
Ashley remains in 1st, Salman in 2nd, Louis 3rd, Abdullah 4th, and Jonathan has it all to do in 5th.
I tell you what, look at this. Salman and Ashley are starting to pull away. And I can only see it getting bigger and bigger.
Whilst the front 2 break away, there's a real battle emerging for 3rd place between Louis and Abdullah. But after leading the field all week, an out-of-character Jonathan is still struggling in last place.
Jonathan doesn't want to get in the mix.
Come on, Jonathan, don't just sit there, dude.
How can you win and can you win?
I think I can win. The instructors have been saying I have the pace.
but perhaps sometimes I'm a little too cautious. You know, I know that if I push too hard, mistakes can be made, and that can be costly.
But he's quick when he needs to be.
He's quick on his own.
On his own, on a flying lap, he's quick.
Yeah. But look, Ashley and Salman are just controlling
Look at the gap
this.
they pulled
They
out
are
now.
just controlling it.
Back in third place, Louis is still battling with Abdullah, and it's getting heated.
Can you win this?
That's what it comes down to, and I'm sure I'll be able to do what it takes to win that, and I'm going to give it my all. If I little trading of paint, I don't think it'll be too harshly looked upon.
Into the last lap, Ashley is still leading, with Salman in second.
You can see Jonathan still pushing.
He's right there now.
Guys, we've got 3 for the last podium place, coming underneath the bridge on the Hanger Straight. Right, there we go.
Oh.
Come on! This is Louis.
This is Louis, Abdullah, and Jonathan.
Let's.
Yeah, no, I think it's Louis doing Abdullah.
Did it?
No, come on. Oh, they're gonna hit.
Ashley wins the race, but the battle for third also caught the judges' attention.
Dude, you kept me so freaking tight.
Yeah, dude, I made a mistake and then you went and I was like...
I'm like, okay, I've got that gap, I'm sticking that gap.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep the pressure because I saw you make a couple of mistakes, but you ran away, man. But that's some good driving, man. Real good driving.
Okay, guys, it's decision time in South Africa.
First off, 3 great lads. Big personalities. Louis comes from a bit of a racing family.
I think on his confidence, hasn't he? Getting confidence in his own ability, and he's getting there every day. That's stepping up.
Everyone's put in a good performance. It's not going to be an easy decision for the judges to make, but I think I did my best and what I could.
Jonathan arrived with us, this sort of blank canvas, and showed us and surprised us over the first couple of days. Like, wow, look at this guy.
I think he was outstanding, really, in all the challenges before.
I'm not particularly happy with my performance, but I'm not disappointed. I know that I've done pretty well throughout the whole tournament, and this was just one of those bumps in the road.
And then Ashley, the journalist, has just improved and improved and improved.
He was just kind of unassuming, and I think he kind of went under the radar to begin with.
I mean, I'm feeling ecstatic right now, but I do know that the judges still have to make a decision. It's not as straightforward as just winning the race, you know?
I think Ashley, again, will be a great brand ambassador.
I think we could consider Jonathan as our GT Academy winner.
There we go, guys. He's our man. You arrived here as gamers, and now we have to choose a racing driver. After a huge week of driving, today we saw a dominant performance. So winning the first South African GT Academy is...
Ashley.
Nerves have built up this whole week. It's been pretty bad at times, really good at other times. But right now I'm ecstatic and relieved.
I'm feeling very excited for Ashley. I know I've been the man to beat this whole tournament, so there's always been that slight pressure on me to keep performing well, but Ashley showed some very quick pace today, and he was clearly the dominant force.
I'm very stoked that I came this far. It's not many people can say they've been on the podium of Silverstone. Obviously to win would have been ideal, but I'm sure it's not the end of me.
It's just fantastic to see the emotion on the podium and be here so close to it, to see that life-changing experience for someone. It's really cool to be a part of it.
It's going to be a change moving here, yeah. This weather better not be like this all the time.